Crime scene tape here at the intersection of Monitor Place and Winetta Drive in Sarasota, and sheriff's deputies responding to the call of a stabbing. But here's where it gets interesting. As you can see behind me, take a look at this. All these sheriff's deputies' vehicles. Yeah, this is just a great picture into the presence that we're seeing here on campus.
The sheriff's office increasing patrol in locations based on crash data stats.
A girl who had her whole life ahead of her. And now this memorial sits here at the intersection where she was hit. There is a $3,000 reward if the information that you can provide at home leads to an arrest.
So what led to a house to go up in flames? It happened over the weekend.
We saw this morning there were a lot of delays, a lot of cancellations. Rick Piccolo actually had confirmed that earlier this morning to photojournalist Larry Phillips with ABC 7. 2 people are dead and 1 person still missing. Here's where it's so sad. I got to tell you this. We're told, according to a report, according to authorities here from our press conference that just wrapped up, this was a family. This was a mother who they uncovered on Saturday, her body in the water.
The best thing you can do if you see a fire, call 911. You never want to try and just put it out yourself. Leave that to the professionals.
They want in, waiting, hoping, camping. Hundreds of people in limbo as delays at the ICE office are causing problems for the already dire immigration situation. Parents, your kids walk these roads to and from school every day in Manatee County. And as you know, these roads are getting busier and busier.
Big changes on the way, John. You've been forecasting this for the better half of the week.
2 men brutally beat a man right to the ground, actually right near where I'm standing. And right now, those 2 men are still at large. I'm here in Lee County. We just drove over as close as we could, rather, to get to the bridge toward Fort Myers Beach. Crashing waves, shining sun. A day at the beach is just one of the many benefits of working for Manatee County Beach Patrol. As you can see behind me, take a look at this. All these sheriff's deputies' vehicles. Yeah, this is just a great picture into the presence that we're seeing here on campus. Now, what I just learned just minutes ago as we showed up here on campus when we got the call, that emergency call came in at exactly 11:16, so just minutes ago. And actually a source that I'm very close with that did not want to go on camera explaining to me that a big loud announcement, came over all of the campus. You hear the announcement explaining all students, all staff, everyone out. You have a child here, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And is it your daughter?
It is my daughter.
So when you got this information come down, I mean, what was going through your head? What was the information that your daughter provided to you?
She was just freaking out because they didn't know what was going on. She said they destroyed the classroom, putting everything in front of the door. I'm just here to get her out. And hopefully this is just a hoax.
We just spoke with your father just about a little less than 15 minutes ago, and it certainly was very concerning. You could just read it on your father's face. Your father loves you very much. I'm getting a little choked up myself thinking about it. When you first heard active shooter on campus, what's going through your head?
My heart just started racing. It's kind of like a panic mode. It's like, okay, what do we do? What do we do? And we asked, does anybody have a weapon, like something? And one of the students, his name's Dylan, actually, he was the one that grabbed it and stood like closest to the door, like in case something did happen. It was just a pocket knife, but it's still something, you know?
And here at ABC 7, we're just thankful that you're okay. Your wife is a professor here. What's she doing right now?
She's hiding.
Okay, so she's hiding. And where is she hiding?
I believe she's in a closet. Not much I can do, but just being here and letting her know that I was here, I think helped her know that I was here. And yeah, she was happy without that.
Sure, so. Being here and being present for sure. Both of these parents just overwhelmed and just very upset. And also one of the underlying feelings here on this campus as more and more people are showing up behind us over there off camera. Exhaustion, just tired of seeing something like this, hearing about this over and over again. There are no reported injuries, no deaths here. And keep checking in with you guys and keep learning more information as we go. And obviously trying to calm any fears that any parents or any viewers may have as they're just tuning into this right now.
She had so much life to live and so much potential.
Once a bright light has now gone dim.
And that it shouldn't have happened.
5 months since losing Lily, Sarah Alexander tells us her pain is raw.
What are you ready to say? Tell us everything.
Gosh. Lily deserved more.
13 years old, a big sister, and always willing to help others.
And we miss you.
Sarah describes her daughter's passing with one word simply put: it's unbelievable. Just minutes before, Lily sent her mom this message as she was wrapping up her day at Pineview School.
She texted me that she loves me and she's on her way home, and I hearted it because I was with the patient. So maybe 5-10 minutes later, I texted her back and said, "I love you, honey." And maybe 2 minutes later, I got a call or a text from her phone saying, "This is a police, call this number right away."
Sarah made that dreaded call, a call no mother ever wants to make.
The officer told me that she was hit, and I did not believe it. I thought it was a joke.
It wasn't, and the person who police say was behind the wheel drove off.
He just was so callous in his behavior towards her. I just don't understand how you can leave a child on a bike and just drive around her.
We bought it $1 million.
David Chang is the accused driver. He's also a father.
He gets his daughter, and I don't.
We were just told, 2 weeks ago.
Paul Alexander is Lily's stepfather. He's also coming to terms with the unfathomable and searching for justice.
You're a dad. He's a dad. Say he's sitting right here. What are you saying to him?
Gosh. I would have difficulty sitting in the same room with someone who would do something so heinous to a child.
I mean, if you could say something to Lily, what would you say to her right now?
Oh, just how proud we were of her.
So where are we right now?
In Lily's room.
Though they can't bring back Lily, her spirit lives on here, inside the Alexander's home.
So she just drew.
Lily's drawings are pinned inside her younger brother's room.
So she made sure to keep it.
Her room left untouched, in the same condition it was when she left for school that fateful day last August.
But she made these beautiful pictures.
A reminder why Sarah is now demanding change.
I believe that Sarasota County should do more to protect kids, not only in that intersection, but in all school zones. I don't want another kid to be hit.
And while Sarah believes more must be done, she knows Lily's short life won't be forgotten.
For the future, I mean, she was truly someone that would have made a difference in the world.
A difference still yet to be realized. In Sarasota, I'm Kelsey Cairns for ABC7, your local station.
All right, Rebecca, you're exactly right. People here at SRQ International Airport had to pack their patients this morning because of that FAA mandated grounding. We learned this morning planes were just sitting on the tarmac. Seen here, Allegiant planes just sitting, waiting for the all clear. We spoke to some passengers who were also sitting inside the airport waiting to board. Passenger Ella Balava saw a 2-hour delay.
We were pretty frustrated with that, and they were like, maybe even more. And then we were supposed to have a connector, like we went to Nashville and then we were supposed to connect to Pittsburgh, but that one got canceled, so now we're kind of just scrambling around trying to find something else.
Welcome to the Sarasota Bradenton International Airport.
More passengers heading to Little Rock, Arkansas, also frustrated.
Our flight was delayed, and then when we were down at breakfast, it came up that it was canceled. So I went back up to our hotel room and I started trying to do the change. So now we're flying through St. Louis to get to Little Rock instead of through Dallas.
Of those flights that were delayed, CEO Rick Piccolo explained that 6 flights were canceled and 32 flights were delayed as of 9 this morning.
Even if they've recovered the whole system now, certainly this is going to affect traffic throughout the day, right into the evening. So people should really check with their airline. I always urge people, whatever airline you're flying, have the app on your phone, and that's the best way to get updates on the status of your flight.
And And that plane that you just saw was an Allegiant flight. Some good news to report this morning to you, Rebecca. That flight that was headed to Harrisburg did just land just a half hour ago up in Pennsylvania. So some good news on the horizon there. We know that we're going to see these disruptions, as Rick Piccolo had just mentioned, throughout the day. But of course, always you want to check with your airline. If you're very confused or if you're not sure how things are going, check with your airline, not the airport itself. We're going to send it back to you, Rebecca.
To understand ChatGPT and the dangers associated with it, you first have to understand how it all works. So let's get right into it. The GPT in ChatGPT, standing for Generated Pre-trained Transformer. It's a form of artificial intelligence that is trendy and getting smarter. In fact, it's getting so smart that it's blurring the line between what is real and what is fake.
But it certainly is changing the scam game, that's for sure.
Alex Hammerstone is a cybersecurity expert for TrustedSec, which is an information security consulting organization. He says students, marketing firms, and unfortunately, scammers are using the tool.
Scammers and marketing departments, if they're both using the exact same technology, it becomes really, really difficult to tell the two apart.
Now, I want to prove exactly what Alex just said. So I'm going to open up one of my several newly downloaded ChatGPT apps. This one is called AI Chat, as you can see on my screen right here. So I'm going to write a prompt. Write me an email requesting money, and let's see what the response says. You'll see here, I hope this message finds you well. I'm reaching out to you today to request your assistance in a financial matter. As you can see, I'm going to show you very closely. No misspellings, no grammar mistakes. It's all pretty legible and pretty easy to understand. And that's really what we would look for in the past in terms of those telltale signs that this is a possible scam message. How does the app know to answer?
It'll learn from kind of the data that's out there, and it really consumes all the things that have been written already.
And as we just showed you, it takes all that compiled information and can form sentences, even paragraphs.
It's important to us that your delivery experience be as seamless as possible.
Even people that, work in IT or security professionally fall for these things because they really are very well written.
It's seriously smart, but trust your gut. Never give your banking information to a source you don't trust. Double check on your Amazon orders using the Amazon app, or even verify the source of an email using a search engine. In the unfortunate event that you fall for one of these emails, you accidentally give out your personal information, your banking information, there is a tool that you can use to report fraud or scams. Let's take a look together. Right here, this is from the Florida Department of Law Enforcement. This is their computer crimes reporting tool. So we're going to scroll down together. We already put in our information. There's my name. There's the address of where this alleged crime happened. We scroll down, and right here is where you're going to detail where you got that fraud report. And you scroll down once you put all your information in, submit that, and then that will send it out to the appropriate responding law enforcement agency in your area, in this case, Sarasota or Manatee counties. Reporting in the newsroom, I'm Kelsey Cairns for ABC 7, your local station.
Now on Good Morning Suncoast, we begin this morning with heavy fog in some parts, and then warm and humid conditions later today with a few inland showers possible. We'll track it all. Yeah, it's very sad. Well, this morning we have new video, new images from that deadly school shooting, but we have to warn you, these pictures we're about to show you are disturbing. ABC's Lindsay Watts with the story. Police say the shooter came prepared to kill yesterday. She had detailed maps and left behind writings that will be part of the investigation.
And some of that video may be released later today.
All right, switching gears now to local headlines. Right now we have a live look from our ABC 7 tower cam overlooking Sarasota Bay. And I feel like every time we've showed this camera this morning, the fog, has gotten thicker and thicker. Wow.
I was about to say the same thing.
As you wake up this morning, an update out of Bradenton. Crime Stoppers increasing the reward for information leading to the identification and the arrest of the suspect who murdered Dwight Sutton. Sutton killed on March 19th here in the 700 block of 17th Street Court East. When officers arrived on scene, they found him shot dead in front of his own home. Police have spoken to a person of interest who they say is connected to the crime, but this person is not being identified as the suspect. Police are still actively searching for this suspect, reward increasing from $3,000 to $9,500. Now, you can make an anonymous tip to Crime Stoppers by June 30th to be eligible for this reward. We have that number with this story on our website at mysuncoast.com. The family babysitter giving drugs to the 1-year-old she was responsible for. Well, now that babysitter is sitting in a jail cell. Reports say a 17-year-old from Pinellas County took a video of herself placing a lit marijuana cigarette in the mouth of the baby. Detectives say the suspect actually recorded this video from a phone. When she was first placed in handcuffs, deputies say the suspect denied she did it. That was before investigators showed her the video evidence. The teen is facing 1 count of felony child abuse. A local restaurant reopening weeks later. An underage driver crashed into this building and severely injured 2 people earlier in the month. ABC 7's Michaela Redman went to the scene, and she'll have the story after the break. Time now, 6:08. The Sarasota Bradenton International Airport is growing. A groundbreaking for the new addition of a new terminal happening Monday morning. 6:17 the time this morning. Taylor Swift fans suing Ticketmaster for the botched online ticket sales to the singer's latest tour. We'll have that story in your GMA First Look. But first, Suncoast View host Linda Carson has a look at what's coming up this morning at 9. Yeah, this is a crazy story. The restaurant actually had to replace glass, fix the door, even the floors inside the restaurant. So a lot of damage there. ABC 7's Michaela Redman explains it was a traumatic experience for the couple, though. Always good for the pets. Did you see her?
I feel like we need to have like a theme song as we transition into Zoe.
Yes.
This is Zoe's part of the show.
Like a little like bark bark type thing. Yeah. She was so cute. She was hanging out with us around the studio today. Did you pet her today?
Of course.
The secret
She's
pet
always
under the
hanging
desk?
out right here. Yeah.
Oh, she'll have none of no petting, that's for sure. She'll let you know it's time.
In Manatee County, the end of a long-awaited major construction project finally in sight on Holmes Beach. The project improving the infrastructure and safety of the road and just beautifying the area, they say. All right now we're giving you a live look from our ABC 7 tower cam overlooking Sarasota Bay. Yeah, I promise that is the bay. Certainly looks like a lot of fog, a lot of low-hanging clouds this morning.
Yeah, get those windshield wipers going, I guess. Look at that.
I know. John, any advice for drivers as they head out on the roads this morning to work or to school?
It's always the same with fog, you know. Look.
Thank you. A small group of demonstrators in Palm Beach County protesting against a controversial new bathroom policy. The policy calling for teachers at Seminole Ridge Community High School to monitor newly renovated bathrooms. We're actually showing you the perimeter of the school where there are those signs of protest. Teachers and protesters stationed outside bathrooms when class is in session and monitor any items students take into bathrooms. This would include items like makeup or feminine hygiene products. Bathroom occupancy also restricted to only 4 students at any given time. Teachers are also expected to submit a form online every time a student uses the bathroom. Well, an online petition against the new policy garnering more than 700 new signatures since this started. The principal says the new policy will not prevent any student from using the bathroom, however. Parents, if you want to send your kid to a private school, now you have more options. On Monday, the governor is signing a new bill to expand the state's voucher program. ABC 7's Summer Smith explains this will make going to private schools possible regardless of your family's income. Now, about a dozen other states have or are considering so-called school choice bills this year. A handful of states making vouchers available to all students regardless of family income. Controversy in Lakewood Ranch, developers building more homes. We have reaction from people who live in this specific area and some who are against it. We'll have those stories on both sides coming up. Controversy continues this morning over rezoning within the Lakewood Ranch community. This is where many homes are soon to be built by developers. ABC 7's Brissa Bradfield tells us this plan has some supporters, but there are a lot of people in this area who are against it and don't want to see any more construction. Here's the story. All right, and those who are opposed to this project telling ABC 7 they are going to fight this tooth and nail. The Biden administration threatening a veto. Republicans trying to pass a bill aimed at energy costs. Now, the bill dubbed the Lower Energy Cost Act, reforming the energy permitting process, and it's going to boost domestic energy production, supporters say.
But the White House arguing it's going to raise costs for you and I, that's the consumer, while padding oil and gas company profits, which are already at record levels. The House of Reps is expected to take up the bill this week. If the bill passes and Biden vetoes this, it would actually take a 2/3 majority vote in both the House and the Senate to override the veto. You've seen it in the headlines, ChatGPT. GPT standing for Generated Pre-trained Transformer. It's a form of artificial intelligence that is trendy and getting smarter and smarter. In fact, it's getting so smart that it's actually blurring the line between what is real and what's fake. A cybersecurity expert I spoke to says students, marketing firms, and unfortunately, scammers are using the tool, people who are trying to take your hard-earned money. So coming up later, I'm going to show you how ChatGPT works and what you need to do to protect yourself. Friday morning on Good Morning Suncoast, I'm going to share my full story. You don't want to miss it. That's starting at 5 a.m. right here on ABC 7. Do you know something? Crime Stoppers increasing the reward for anyone who can provide information about a Bradenton murder. Dwight Sutton found shot dead on March 19th right outside his own house. Police are still actively searching for a suspect.
Well, thanks again for joining us this morning. I'm Brendan Mackey.
I'm Holly Harper.
I'm John Scalzi.
And I'm Kelsey Karen. Stick around. Good Morning America is coming up next, and have a great rest of your day.